Well, I think you guys made the right choice. Yeah. I think AI is definitely the future, whereas I think metaverse probably is need
Yeah,
to go
yeah.
through several cycles before it can take off, if it ever takes off.
In a fast-moving digital world, what does it mean to be a sustainable business? And how does identity empower your business? Join me as I share a glimpse of our life at Spokeo, explore the minds of data industry leaders, and dive deeper into relevant topics in the digital world.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tang Talks. Today, we're very fortunate and very lucky to have a friend, my friend, Albert Liu, the co-founder and CEO of Kneron, as well as a fellow board member of Southern California Monjay, the biggest Taiwanese American Science and Technology Association. So welcome, Albert.
Hi, Harrison. Yeah, and hi, everyone.
So I think for a lot of people who don't know about Kneron, do you mind actually share a little bit about what Kneron does and then kind of how'd you started it?
Yeah, Kneron is a full-stack AGI company. The full-stack means we provide hardware and also the software. So then our customer is more easy to just plug and play. That can shorten their design-in cycle. And the AGI means like quite different as like Google or Amazon's doing the what we call the cloud AI. Is trying to connect everything to the cloud and build and launch the AI in the supercomputer. So we are doing more tiny and also low cost and trying to where distribute the AI in everywhere. So I always talking in this way. The cloud AI going forward, it might become like Matrix or Terminator because you have a super big brain in the cloud, right? And the AGI will go in more like Doraemon or the more human-friendly robot who will be more helpful for our society. Yeah.
So there are many kinds of AIs, right? Nowadays, in the past 6 months, all ChatGPT and large language models are all the rage. So for your platform, does it work just for a certain type of AI or multiple types, including like image recognition, like audios, and like what kind of AI does your hardware and platform solve?
Pretty much it's the same as a GPU or cloud AI, but just the cost is lower and also not connect to the cloud, so will more keep your privacy, and also the some judgment is more instant because it won't cause extra communication between the agent and the cloud, right? So I would say but the function is more specific. For example, the AGI like self-driving car is one type of AGI, and it's not like so general like ChatGPT, but actually we have a similar one what we call the narrow GPT. So the narrow GPT means the let's say the solutions installed in your auto, then the function or the communication is most limited in the auto related. Unlike the ChatGPT, probably you can extend how the universal coming from and another like narrow GPT installed in your home, and it might more limit the application in your home application related.
So when you say edge AI, like EDGE, like what does edge mean?
Edge means the cloud means the supercomputer or big server, right? Now and anything need to connect the internet to the big machine in the cloud. And the edge means is more like in the like end device. For example, your PC, your cell phone, your home appliance, and your auto. Those are all what we call edge.
So you want to bring the AI to all the devices, like Internet of Things, basically, right? Is that correct?
It's more like not relate on the cloud or not relate to the internet. Yeah.
Cool. And for those like who don't know, because most recently, like NVIDIA, briefly reach $1 trillion status. I think this is like the first time GPU companies like beat the CPU companies like in my lifetime at the very least, right? So like, what is the difference between GPU and CPU, and why AI computing usually prefers GPUs? Yeah.
Actually, it's not like AI prefer the GPU. Actually, AI will more prefer to the NPU, neural network processing unit, which is what we are working on. So you can see it this way: CPU is the hardware dedicated design for logic computing purpose, and GPU is already existing on the market for 3 decades, right? And GPU actually is a hardware dedicated for gaming related or graphic related. That's why it starts from G. And there's another additional hardware, what we call the NPU, neural network processing unit, which is really specific designed for AI. That's how we are working on, and that's also how the why we can make the AGI happen. Unlike the GPU is rely on the supercomputer or cloud based AI service. So you can think this way: why GPU performs better than CPU in AI application? It's the AI is trying to simulate human brain, right? And human brain has thousands of neurons, and so CPU the core is more limited. It's like 18 core or 32 core. Then that's a super powerful CPU already. But GPU they have hundreds of core. So the reason GPU has 100 stable core is because they need to handle gaming or graphic related computing. And graphic is always a 2-dimension. It's a matrix, right? And gaming somehow they have a 3D graphic related computing. So then GPU always performs more multi-core function than anything related to multi-core. GPU will perform better than CPU. But NPU always they have millions of core, so the NPU to support AI is even more powerful than GPU. So that's why try to think this way: it's because of CPU make our PC more powerful than the supercomputer. When I was a child, the supercomputer is really big, right? And it's even bigger than this one. And when I was a child, and because of Qualcomm's the wireless communication chip make our cell phone is more powerful than the supercomputer when I was a child. So NPU will definitely make your end device is even more powerful than the supercomputer today, which is using GPU to launch AI. Another example is you can think it this way: you can treat the CPU as a type of the car. Maybe you can treat that as a tank. The main purpose of tank is like fighting, right? For the war purpose. And one day human being create a trunk. You can treat the trunk as a GPU, and the trunk main purpose is to deliver stuff, right? And one day human beings start to build a city. Like human beings start to find the AI function, then they find that the tank compared with the trunk is more costly to driving in the city. Yeah, but actually the tank original purpose for like fighting and war related function, and tank and sorry for trunk is for delivering product instead of driving inside the city. And one day, like us, human being to create another type of the auto, which is the small car. The small car driving inside the city will be more cost efficient or more energy efficiently compared with the GPU. So, which is the trunk. So you can think this way. Actually, GPU is already existing on the market for 3 decades. They originally designed for gaming or graphic related, but just accidentally they find that for GPU to launch AI is better than CPU, which is tank. Yeah, but when the NPU coming out, definitely we can beat the trunk, which is the GPU. Yeah.
Got it. So how do you kind of get here, right? Like, did you study hardware plus like neural networks like AI in college, or like how do you kind of get into this field?
When I was a student, AI is not a hot topic. Everyone like study. I mean, the smart people like you will go to the CS department instead of the EE department, right? And AI is also the area that people are saying that the only the person who cannot find a girlfriend will go to choose the major of AI. When we were a student, yeah. And so the semi, if you choose the semi, that's another area which like will only go to Asia, like not stay in US. So it's also another not that hard topic. So choosing AI plus semi is pretty much is the person who cannot find a girlfriend double. Yeah. So anyhow, not I think the main reason is because when I was a student, I got a chance to do some internship in Bell Lab, and we all know the Yang LeCun and also Yoshua, those person who create deep learning CNN are studying in Bell Lab, right? Previously, yeah, and eventually they all got the Turing Award, but at that time they are kind of hard to get the funding support from Bell Lab because no one believed that AI will really happen. But somehow I
That was
accidentally met
like,
them.
how long was that ago? Like, is it in the early 2000s or?
Yeah, I think it's in the late of 2000 something. Yeah.
Oh wow, they
I
couldn't get
think
funding at even at late
yeah
2000s.
yeah. But somehow I asked them why they still wanna choose or why they still wanna dump so much of the time to develop the AI function. They said that they really truly believe what they believe. Yeah, and they said that if in their entire life, if they could make something happen, they will hope that they can really make a robot or intelligent capability which can pass the Turing test. So, and they are all graduate from the top university, right? And it's kind of easy for them to find a job in Google or Facebook at a time, right? And it's also quite easy for them to earn a lot of money. So I just start to think that because when I was a kid, I quite like to watch movie or cartoon character like Doraemon or Aston Boy. And I find that, oh, okay, if they really focus on AI software, then if you really want to make the Doraemon happen, you still need hardware, right? So got inspired by them. So then I choose AI semi as my major topic, and that's how I come to here. Yeah.
That was at UC Berkeley. Is that right? Or
Originally, I was in Berkeley, then I went to UCSD and also went to UCLA. Yeah, my graduate study was like UC CoPy program, so I got a chance to attend different of the university and do some different type of research.
Oh, that's amazing. So after graduation, like, what do you do after that? Do you just like start
I
a company right away,
no,
or?
I went to a startup in my first job, so I got experience for join a startup, and that startup eventually got merged by China company and an IPO in US. The name code is Advanced Info. The NASA index is VIT, and then I went to Samsung. So I went to Korea and stayed there for almost 2 years.
And
Then
you
I
were doing
joined Taiwan.
AI. You were doing
No,
AI
no,
as startup in a sense. Oh, something else. Oh, okay. Oh.
something else. Yeah, I pretty much have done different type of topic from system to software to hardware and eventually back to multimedia. So yeah, so with multiple different skill set, which make have the enough capability to found a company. So after I stayed in Korea for 2 years, working in Samsung. In Samsung, I was in the more advanced research center. So we are kind of helping Samsung to develop some technology which will be happen after 5 years scope. So 5 years scope level anyway. And then I joined a small team in MStar. Actually, that company eventually merged with MTK MediaTek, but it's like inside a big company. Then the company gave us a kind of budget to fund a new business, and I think I successfully helped them to run a business which is touch chip, the cell phone touch chip. I think we eventually like design in Motorola, TCL, Lenovo, and Oppo, Vivo, and what I think I remember we have a more than 5 billion unit chip selling out. I think that's the largest number in history in MTK. Yeah. So
Wow.
then
What's the
anyway,
touch chip?
kind of.
Yeah. What's the touch chip like? What does it do? Yeah.
Like the back to 2010 or 2012, the cell phone. I'm not sure if you remember the original is like Nokia, right? You have keyboard, right? Then
I remember those
then it
days. I'm
become
old enough.
yeah, and then become BlackBerry. You have more people, right? Then eventually, iPhone coming out the first touch chip inside the cell phone, but somehow that's quite expensive. iPhone is always like Apple always like put luxury stuff inside the cell phone, right? So we kind of help them to reduce the cost and come out the first 1D touch chip. So the iPhone is using 3 there to come out the touch touch chip and make your cell phone has a touch panel style, right? Then we and remove the keyboard. Then we kind of help the Enjoy party to build the touch chip, and the cost. I think it's only 1/3 compared with iPhone. So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And anyhow, originally the company promised us that we can spin off the team and become an independent company, but eventually MTK merged and Star, so they didn't keep the promise. So anyhow, so I left that was MTK already. I left M Star and joined Qualcomm and come back to US, and then start to working in the multimedia research team in Qualcomm, and start from working in Qualcomm. Then I do I start to do some like AI research, but application is more like multimedia related, and then more.
Like what kind of multimedia AI application? Yeah.
We are trying to using like polish the cell phone or the camera's quality. For example, the 美颜 make your face make your face look more beauty or more beautiful, and also when you tag the photo, you know the camera quality inside your cell phone is much lower compared with the digital camera, but we using the AI function to polish the image or polish the video. Yeah. So that once then we start to really implement the AI. But at that time the AI is still more based on the computer vision algorithm instead of CNN deep learning neural network. And we try to convince Qualcomm top manager saying that making the CNN deep learning neural network inside the cell phone will be possible. But that's exactly in the edge side. But the top manager at the time they don't believe that will be happen. That was like 2015. Yeah. And then I'm not sure if you remember. I think start from 2016, AI suddenly become quite hard. It's because of Google DeepMind, right? DeepMind is AlphaGo beat
and then the Transformer
2017,
like after that, it's just like boom. It's just really, really changed everything. Yeah.
Yeah, Transformer is a GPT. Yeah, GPT is a generative pre-trained Transformer. But back to 2015 or 2016, the mainstream are still like CNN related AI. Yeah, deep learning neural network. Yeah,
got it. And then so you decided to come out and start your own to try these new methods. Is that what happened, or why did you decide to start your own company then? Yeah.
we try to convince the top manager in Qualcomm, saying that at that time AI are all in the cloud. Even today, most of AI are still in the cloud, and we trying to convince the top manager we wanna like squeeze the cloud AI or make the cloud AI become more small or more tiny and embedded inside the cell phone. But the technical barrier is quite tough. So the top manager don't believe that will be happen. So then eventually we just left Qualcomm and found the company, the Kneron. Yeah, and till today, I think from the open news you can see that Qualcomm eventually investors, and also in last month they partnered with us and we kind of like using our chip come out some solution in some specific area and domain. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That's congratulations. That's a big news.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are the kind of the lessons you've learned, right? Like throughout these different companies that actually can be quite helpful when you're starting your own.
We start to fund the company choosing a area which was not that hard like today. Today, everyone believe that AI is the whole industry trend, but in 2015, I don't think people believe that will be happen. Even the expert company like Qualcomm, right? Qualcomm is the global leader in semi, especially in edge side, and like Yoshua or Young Kun back the time that we were in Bell Lab, they said that somehow you need to follow your heart or follow your face, follow or try to work on something you truly believe that. Even others are not really understand that, right? I think in the history, no matter it's Google or even Facebook or even like Apple, that almost all founder they choose the path that people are not that fully understand in the very beginning. Then you just need to overcome and follow your heart and also follow your face. And we once got a period of time that we cannot get any of the funding support. Yeah, and some investors saying that you have a great team, but somehow we don't really believe that the topic you are choosing, which is AI, is going to be happen. At the time, AR VR were quite hard. They asked us to switch or change the topic, then they will give us the funding, and somehow we still didn't. Somehow, you can say that it's kind of stubborn, but I will say that we just trust what we believe, then eventually make what we have today. Yeah, today. So far we have eventually. Yeah, eventually we got many of the big investors like Sequoia is our investor, Qualcomm is our investor. Yeah, and Li Kaizhen's Horizon Venture is our investor, and Winbang, Fastcom, yeah, they are all our investor. Anyhow, and yeah, so far we got more than $160 million for the investment. Yeah, and
well,
yeah,
I think
we
you
also
guys
have
made the right choice. Yeah, I think AI is definitely the future, whereas I think metaverse probably need to go through several cycles before it can take off, if it ever takes off.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting. In 2015, they have the same exactly like argument between metaverse. At the time, they called the AR and VR, right, or XR versus AI. Yeah, and today is also the same thing. But eventually, no matter it's Google DeepMind or today's ChatGPT, AI right now all stand out in the whole industry. Yeah.
So you said follow your heart. So can we go a little bit deeper in that? Like, what makes AI such a passion for you? Like, why is this your heart? Yeah.
You know what? I keep watching Doraemon even when I was a PhD student. So yeah, somehow it's the same thing with which Joshua taught to me when I was a student. He said that when you want to make a decision, try to think it this way. Let's say, imagine that after a few days you are going to die. Then what kind of things that if you have achieved in your whole life, you will feel kind of satisfied and won't feel any of the regret, right? I think the answer won't be money. The answer won't be no matter it's honor or any of the stuff. I think when people are facing the end of your life, only few things you will really care. The first is the people you love, or a lot. If the people you love are around you, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, it will be if you feel anything that you regret the whole in your life, right? And like you make your parents down, you make your parents upset, or some people upset, right? And the third thing is if you have achieved something you really want to experience in your life, right? So maybe it's just because of those kind of those kind of belief or those kind of faith make me feel like actually the same as a Joshua or Young Lakun, they could go to Google or Facebook and earn a lot of money, but they still choose something they want to achieve. Yeah, so that those kind of attitude really inspire me, and I watched Doraemon so much, right? So I really believe that if there is one thing I want to achieve in my life, it's like if I can really make the human-like robot happen, then I will really feel satisfied and won't feel regret. Yeah.
No, I'm actually a believer that AI will be good for humanity overall. But that said, there are some voices in regards to how AI might extinct the human race, right? So, what's your stance on these issues, and if you believe that AI could be dangerous, like what are your thoughts on how we can mitigate those dangers?
That's why I choose the edge AI instead of cloud AI, right? Try to think it this way. The cloud AI means like ChatGPT. When you use the ChatGPT, you are putting more of the information for them to train the server computer or the big brain in the cloud. So the big brain or the cloud company, no matter it's Microsoft or Facebook, their AI will become more and more powerful. That's why I said that follow the path. It might really become the Terminator because human beings really don't understand the AI technology that much. Even the most smart person or the most the top scientist or expert in this domain. Yeah, if you go to ask the guys who even win, whoever got the no matter it's a Turing Award or something, they ask them right now. People for understand AI is just try and error, and to find the proper path to train the AI. So human being cannot really control AI at this moment. So we choose another way, which we believe is more healthy, is we limit the AI capability inside a chip, inside a pretty powerful AI chip. And then the AI installed in your edge device, no matter it's in your PC or your cell phone, they will just learn from their master, which is us, and they will just try to help us, right? It's just like Doraemon and Aston Boy or R2D2. They will be more human-like, and for example, the R2D2 will quite loyal for their master, and also will keep their master's secret, won't release that, right? But for the major difference for you when you are using cloud AI, they will learning from you. Meanwhile, they will when you try to using Google or trying to use Facebook, right? If you click an advertisement, next moment they will start to sending the advertisement related the information of your previous click link, right, to you. They are learning from your behavior and trying to earn something from you, right? So I think it's a two different way. So so we are trying to make the AI more positive and more helpful for human society, unlike building the super big Terminator like AI. Yeah.
So it sounds like you're a believer in the artificial general intelligence. But that said, most of the AI we see today solve a specific task like image recognition, right? Language models, and so on and so on. And I guess my question is, when do you think artificial general intelligence will happen, if it ever happens? And do you think that today's neural network architecture can lead us to artificial general intelligence, or no? Or there needs to be something else? Yeah.
It's happening. Yeah. Take the example for DeepMind. I'm not sure if you remember in the very first version is the AlphaGo, right? AlphaGo, they beat the human being and they learn the how people playing the game from human being. And then the second generation they release it, they call the Alpha Liu. Alpha Liu is machine trained machine playing the game with the machine. Then the recent information is that within 1 day, the iteration times is more than 100 years, versus the original version is the AI learning from human being. And the same thing for ChatGPT. That's the reason so many experts, no matter it's Elon Musk or even the young LeCun, they say that we should be quite careful, because I think when it calls the singular point, the AI learning or the iteration will be quite fast, will even out of our imagination. So that's the reason we keep saying that Edge AI will be more safe, because the Edge AI concept is we build pretty powerful AI chip, unlike the GPU or other hardware, and we enable those hardware enable those powerful AI chip into your every other end device, and make your application, your home appliance, or your cell phone have the intelligent capability, but it only limit by your private behavior, or keep all those in the private area or in this private circle. Unlike the cloud AI, is just connect everything, and when you connect everything, the information will be also out of the control, right? So you will never know who will teach the evil stuff, or sending the strange message to the cloud brain.
So, like, what kind of intelligence applications can Edge AI provide? Like, I know you talk
Like,
about kind of image recognitions, but what other applications? Yeah.
Not only the ChatGPT, like when you want to communicate with the human-like conversation in the cloud, they can all be applied in the Edge AI. There are few applications which can 100% for sure Edge AI is better than cloud AI. For example, for self-driving car, the self-driving car, think about it this way: if your car is driving on the highway, if they want to detect, you need to send the video or image or whatever they detect, send to the cloud AI and make the judgment and send the response back. That will cause some extra delay for higher the possibility for you to hit the, no matter it's pedestrian or other vehicle, right? So local judgment, you need the instant judgment. The Edge AI will definitely perform better than cloud AI. And another thing is about the privacy. Why we believe that install an embedding AI chip in your PC or your cell phone would be useful, because like we are talking about AI, and if there is a smart AI camera inside my home, then they can watch some like my parents falling down, or some abnormal scenario happen in your home, and they can send an instant warning to you. Then that will be solve a lot of problem, right? But if those home-based AI camera need to connect to the cloud and make a judgment, send the warning messaging back, then the whole system is not safe, right? Someone hack into your home, they can watch you all the time, right? Even the self-driving car, if that's controlled by the cloud AI, someone hack into the car, they can kidnap you, right? They can drive your car to nowhere. So no matter it's security related or privacy related, or some instant judgment related, definitely cloud AI will be better. Yeah. Also, we are helping many of the OEM, ODM, or some foundry in Taiwan, no matter it's Foxconn or Lion. And we help our AI camera in their operation line to replace the human being. But if those judgments are all need to connect to, let's say, Google's cloud, then Foxconn won't, Apple won't give the contract to Foxconn because they will leak their confidential information, right?
Mm-hmm. What about the upgradability or extensibility of edge AI, right? Because in cloud computing, for example, if a hard drive breaks, you just swap out a new hard drive, or you want to upgrade something, you just swap out the component. But in edge AI, obviously that would be a little bit harder. So how do you kind of extend the hardwares, and then so that if there's new capabilities, how do you kind of upgrade it? Yeah.
For edge AI, the same thing. You can cascade. For our solution, we have a quite unique solution, what we call the reconfigurable AI architecture. Because of that architecture, we got many of the famous IEEE award, like IEEE Darlington Award and IEEE CTSOC Award. So the reconfigurable architecture, you can see this way: the chip inside can reconfigure the function to support no matter what you call the vision-based AI, or image recognition, or voice-based AI, or even the very like the ChatGPT, but we call the narrow GPT because the function is more limited. But you still can communicate with the chip or the edge AI engine. But not only limit in the one chip, we can cascade the chip for 2 or 3 or 4 to support the different application or different computation power need. But if you Google Kneron, you can see many of the news. Like we even support our chip to Naver. Naver is one of our customers. It's pretty much Korea's Google, right? And also we have Quanta. Quanta, everyone know that Quanta is the largest Surface OEM ODM. Their end customer including Google, Facebook, Amazon, etc. And everyone know that the Quanta originally using NVIDIA solution. Yeah, but Quanta has an open path with us, saying that using Kneron's chip reduce their operation cost up to 75%. And operation cost means energy, which is money because it's a power electricity fee you need to pay. And they said that the performance also enhanced 4 times. And also for that, I think the GPT cost is quite extremely expensive, right? It's up to $5 billion per year. So for Quanta's case, if they can be applied for the GPT, then it can significantly reduce the GPT's cost and also make the GPT more user-friendly and also lower cost. And also power consumption is ESG is getting more and more important, right? So using GPU, I think for ChatGPT cases, they consume the 179 terawatt per year. That's not good.
Without getting to the details, how do you get to better in performance at lower operating costs, right? At lower energy consumption. How do you achieve that? Against NVIDIA, that's one of the biggest behemoth in the industry. Yeah.
Once again, it's different type of chip. It's different type of processor. It's just like the bicycle is quite low cost, right? But the bicycle, if you wanna drive the bicycle on the street, compare with the tank, which one will drive faster? Still bicycle, right? The same thing. If you want to compare NPU AI chip with GPU in gaming purpose or for playing game or the graphic related stuff function, GPU will definitely win. And if you want to compare with CPU, GPU versus AI chip, what we call the NPU, in the logic computing stuff, like doing the calculation, doing the multiple different function or calculus, then CPU will win. Yeah. But if you want to compare AI versus in GPU, NPU, and CPU, then NPU definitely will be the winner. So for NSF's report saying that NPU's per performance versus per watt, which is unit power contributed performance, NPU will have more than 1,000 times better than CPU and GPU. So anyhow, we can significantly reduce, no matter it's cloud-based AI, ChatGPT's, no matter it's money, cost, or power consumption, and also we can enhance the end device with much powerful AI capability. So still the same thing, right? It's because of Qualcomm's chip make your cell phone more powerful than the supercomputer when we were a kid. And it's because of Intel's the powerful CPU make our notebook much powerful than the supercomputer when we were a kid. So today's supercomputer definitely is ChatGPT's function, right? It's running by GPU. We really believe that AI chip will make the ChatGPT function become localized and become edge capability, then make all your end device with AI chip inside more powerful than the supercomputer today.
So you know a lot of stuff, right? Like obviously from this conversation, you know tons of stuff. How do you learn all these new knowledge, And then like what's your kind of day-to-day like? Do you just kind of read books like all day long or something like that? Like, how do you learn all these things?
We wrote the textbook. I mean, I have a two book published by IEEE widely. Yeah, the largest publication, popularized. But anyhow, I think it's just keep reading the latest like technical paper like published by IEEE. Then you will know the new trend. And also because of my training, I have been working in the advanced research group in both Samsung and Qualcomm. My job in Samsung and Qualcomm is just define the product like 5 years later. So I kind of got trained. Yeah.
Got it. So you have quite a bit of experiences. Like, what's the hardest challenge, right, or experience that you had so far?
Founding a company. Yeah, founding a company, you always need to. You always need to learn the new stuff, right? I think as a founder or as a startup, you cannot define yourself as no matter it's a software company or hardware company. You need to define you are a group of people. Just keep learning the new stuff, and also willing to change based on the dynamic environment. So, I mean, I have no any of the financial background, but right now I need to read a financial report monthly, right? And I don't know how to sell stuff because I have been working, no matter it's Qualcomm, Samsung, or M-Star. I was mainly in the research group, but running a company, I need to sell stuff, right? So then I need to build a sales team and read the management, learn the managing skill, and also even know the my employees' psychology stuff, right? So anyhow, running a company is a tough journey and also quite interesting. Yeah.
So you've been running a company for several years. So do you have any like management philosophy? Like what's the culture at Kneron like?
We try to make the company quite simple, like a college life. Yeah, and just respect the people and trust the people. Yeah, just I truly believe the most easy way for cooperate is just trust them fully, and also willing to make them feel be safe or be respect that whatever they can share the experience or share the angle of the view with you. Yeah.
Cool. And lastly, like, what's the best wisdom like you've learned like throughout your career, right, or academia? Like, what's the couple wisdoms that you've learned from maybe people you respect, maybe your professors, and then that still carries true today?
Yeah, I learned a lot from different type of people. Like because of founding the company, I have the chance to no matter it was a conversation with like Irvin Jacob, Qualcomm's founder, and also Morse Chain, TSMC's founder, and also Li Kai-chen, so one of my investors. And I think the reason they are so successful is just they truly believe, they work by faith. They truly believe what they believe, and they work so hard to achieve their dream or their goal. Regardless, other people look down on you, or I think no matter, it's either they really success or they are not a success. They just keep working on their journey. And I mean, like Yoshua is the same thing, right? People don't believe AI will become mainstream, but he still keep working AI for more than 3 or 4 decades. Yeah, that's the reason he got the Turing Award. So that's the first wisdom. And the second wisdom is after founding a company, it's quite easy for you are in the corner that you are not sure which path is the right path. Then what I have experienced just I just keep remind me if after a few days I'm going to die, and what kind of decision I make today will make me feel not feel regret, because founding a company you will got lots of tough time that will even like force you to give up, or or many of the temptation, right? So anyhow, I think have the courage, or have the attitude like facing to die is another wisdom. Yeah.
Got it. And also, you probably need to keep that innocence, your love for Doraemon, right, to carry on. Yeah. And by the way, earlier you mentioned about Turing Award and then Turing test. What is a Turing Award and what is Turing test? And do you think that AI has passed the Turing test?
My question is, do you think that AI not passing the Turing test? I mean, when you play with the ChatGPT, can you recognize is you are talking with a robot or you are talking with a human being? I mean, the ChatGPT 4 can pass even the LSAT, right? And they can get the highest score, right? And I think the answer is quite obviously. That's why I said that it's happening that the human-like robot, or I think the dream that meant the Doraemon-like robot is happening right now today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think for those who don't know, Turing test is a blinded test, and then you're asking a person to see if they can recognize whether it's from a human or from a computer. Now, do you think Turing test represents intelligence, right? Or do you think the definition of intelligence needs to be redefined beyond the Turing test?
I think it's just a singular point. I think the Turing test means AI is passing or closing to pass the singular point that the AI intelligence will dramatically enhance time to time. It's just like, I think it's just like the AlphaGo and AlphaLeo. I mean, once the AI learning from AI instead of AI learning from human, then the iteration will be quite fast. I mean, within a day, it might be like equal with the 100 years, right? At least that's for AlphaGo's case. Yeah.
Got it. Cool. No, this is a fascinating conversation about AI and about your journey. So if people want to learn more or reach out to you, like how do they contact you?
Just Google Kneron, go to our website. You can reach us. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Kneron. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you, Albert. Thanks for spending the time and hopping on the show.